the smartest man in the room, can do anything, go anywhere, rewrite reality like it's a paragraph. And yet, he tries to end his own life. So let me ask you something. If life has no inherent meaning, why keep going? Rick Sanchez asked that question, and in his own way, he found an answer. The problem is, the answer didn't save him. Sometimes you watch a show, you laugh, and without noticing, the laughter catches in your throat. Because Rick and Morty isn't just a comedy. It's a bright, chaotic mask over a very old, very human fear. The fear that the universe is silent, and we are the only ones asking questions. Rick is a genius, not the inspirational kind, not the future is bright kind. He's the kind of genius that breaks the rules of the world, portals, timelines, alternate versions of you and me. On paper, that's freedom, the ultimate upgrade, the end of limitations. But here's the twist. The more power Rick gains, the smaller everything feels. Because when you've seen 1,000 universes, your own universe stops feeling special. And that's where his real problem lives. Not in his lab, not in his inventions, but inside his head. We're taught a simple story. If you become successful, you'll be happy. If you become smart, you'll be safe. If you understand the world, you'll finally feel okay. Rick is what happens when you test that story to the absolute limit. Because sometimes knowledge doesn't heal you. Sometimes it just removes the illusions that were holding you together. Rick drinks, he lashes out, he acts like nothing matters. And people call that cool, but it's not cool. It's what you do when the world feels weightless and you can't figure out how to stand inside it. This is where philosophy steps in, and one name fits this show almost perfectly. Albert Camus and his idea of the absurd. Camus says, on one side there's the universe, cold, indifferent, silent. On the other side there's us, desperate to find meaning, desperate to hear something back. And the moment you realize the universe won't answer, that's the absurd. Not a puzzle you can solve, a condition you have to live inside. Rick knows the universe is silent. He has proof. He's traveled too far to believe in comforting stories. And that's why, some days, life isn't beautiful to him. It's just something to endure. In Rick's mind, there are endless options, endless timelines, endless versions. But infinity has a cost. Because if everything has an alternative, then nothing feels unique. If there's always another universe where things go differently, then this universe becomes replaceable. And when life feels replaceable, love gets harder, attachment gets fragile. That's why Rick often looks cruel, because cruelty is easier than caring when you believe nothing is permanent. And that's where the show places Jerry, a human counterweight. Jerry isn't brilliant. He doesn't chase cosmic answers. He doesn't wrestle the universe. He just tries to live, messy, ordinary, sometimes pathetic, but somehow still here. For Jerry, not asking the big question is a kind of peace. For Rick, the big question is a curse. And then there's Morty, the one who can't stop feeling. For people like Morty, don't think about it isn't advice. It's impossible. So the question comes back, sharper than ever. If there's no meaning written into the universe, how do we keep going? Rick and Morty never gives you a clean answer, but it leaves a clue. Watch when Rick is calm. It's rare, and it's never during the big discoveries, never during the genius moments. It's in the small moments, a quiet room, a shared look, The simple fact that someone is still there with him. Maybe meaning isn't out there, not in the stars, not in the multiverse, not in some cosmic explanation. Maybe meaning is too big a word. Maybe what we really need is value. And value isn't discovered, it's created. So yes, maybe the universe doesn't care. Maybe life has no grand purpose. But there's still one question worth asking. What do you care about? Because even in a silent universe, you can choose what matters. I may never find the meaning, but I can build something that feels worth living for. And sometimes, that's enough.